damages your bones, and if it gets damaged enough, because what it does is it replaces your bone marrow with this gelatine-like substance where if it gets weak enough, it'll make your bones bend or fracture.
No.
So like,
Are you
trust-
fucking serious?
Dead serious. Like, and there's also in private laboratories there have been tests conducted on Red Bull specifically, and it was confirmed 100% it has cocaine in it. That's why a lot of people are addicted to it.
The hell?
It has actual cocaine in
Actual
it?
cocaine, 100% confirmed.
How's it still out there?
Because they don't give a fuck, dude. They know it's happening. Yo, there's a kleptocracy. You think corporations give a shit about you? Why do you think things like Monsanto are getting government subsidies and shit to make genetically modified organisms that are actually causing you cancer? Because they don't give a fuck. They actually want to control the food. They want to make sure you're unhealthy. The worst thing that can actually happen right now to the so-called elites, who basically took over the world by making themselves the bankers, which means they just print money out of thin air, since it has no gold backing since 71 when Nixon took us off the gold standard temporarily. And of course every other currency is backed by the US dollar, or is laid against it, so to speak, in like a house of cards sort of way. Now that one doesn't even have a gold backing, it's all literally just this giant paper Ponzi scheme. But the only thing that can actually make that crumble is if you have an aware, an intelligent population that knows how the systems actually work, and for them to be healthy and for them to have guns. That's why they're trying to take all the guns away. They're like, oh, we'll be safer if there are no guns in homes and only the cops and the military have it. It's like, nah, man, you will not be safer. You won't be able to take away a tyrannical government. You won't be able to protect yourself, because even if you have all the cops in the world, they will never reach you in time if somebody's actually threatening you. And you can't...
Dude, back, by the way. And you're talking bullshit, you're an American.
I'm actually Canadian, and I was born in Egypt, so I'm actually Egyptian, and I've studied more on this topic, not to mention the millions of other topics, more than you will ever meet any other person. I've studied socioeconomics, economics, history, monetary history. I've studied all the monetary economic systems that existed in the last 5,000 years. I can explain to you everything about precious metals. I'm actually a cryptocurrency financial advisor. You have no idea how much I've studied about this, and that's not even to mention studying health and nutrition, or organic science. Like, yo, I've studied more shit than anybody will ever meet. I'm the biggest fucking nerd, dude. But I love my gaming more than anything, and that's why I talk about it the most. But if you actually want to learn a lot about how to live like a well-informed human being so you can make the best decisions, I can teach you a shit ton, man. Like, my many years of study can be given to you in no time. I can even show you, if you think I'm crazy, I can show you just like the best resources that I found to help people catch up, like accurate documentaries based off of cross-referencing that I've done, that will just like, it's literally like a human update. If you want to check some of those out, I'll give you like 10 links. They all have nothing to do with each other, but they're all full of like amazing information, and within like 2 hours you can be caught up on so many of these things. So I wouldn't go around saying crazy things like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to underestimate you, but the only thing is like, with all this weapon stuff everybody's talking about, that's 90% is just bullshit.
Weapons? What are we talking about? Yeah, are you talking about, okay, the tyrannical governments? Yeah, it's good to have guns, right? This is definitely true. Like,
But for what do you need? For what do you need guns?
to stop a tyrannical government, if you understand what tyrannical means.
Well, I would say normally, I'm from a military family, and normal guns won't stop a government.
Yeah, you're right, because now it's actually, we have financial wars. We've had financial wars for the past like 10 to 15 years. So that, like, we're actually way above guns and tanks and stuff. That's why you don't really see tanks and stuff rolling out anymore. It's completely fucking pointless. You win wars through financial attacks, and those are only done only because people still believe that fancy toilet papers called money have any value. The real value is the resources. And what we should have, even though I'm a huge a fan of Bitcoins and it's literally part of my job, that's not even the solution. Even though it's actually free money, it's not controlled by governments, it's controlled by programs which cannot be altered. But even though that's such a really good form of money, it's not the actual solution. The solution is a resource-based economy, and that would have to require everybody on the planet, not even countries, there would be no such thing as countries, everybody on the planet would agree that all things are ours, and everybody has, access to everything, and the only way for that to happen, for people to stop worrying about scarcity, is for us to use the technology we have by saying, do we have the resources, manpower, research and development, instead of saying how much does it cost, which is this arbitrary crazy thing, like, oh, do we have enough fancy toilet papers to make it happen? It's completely bogus. So once we do that, which is very, very viable, that's why a lot of people are unemployed right now. It's this, like, robotics are all taking everybody's job. There are complete restaurants run by robots, there are all kinds of things run fully by robots. So because this is happening, everybody's going to get unemployed, and what the so-called elites want is to depopulate the planet to a controllable 500,000 population, where it would be complete cameras and things just watching everything and nobody has any privacy, like it's quickly happening right now if you haven't noticed. But on a big enough scale to control the 500,000 people that they want. They're trying to get us from every angle. If you remember how this conversation started, it was through the energy drinks, which has to do with health. So one of the ways they are attacking us is by controlling the food and making sure it's as unhealthy as possible. Like, everything you eat almost has, like, sugar. People think sugar is normal. People think aspartame is normal, right? Those are two of the worst things you can actually put in your body.
That's why they have organic food, because they're fucking with you. They want to, like, use Darwinism to, like, segregate people from, like, those who actually have money and understand to those who don't. Like, in 100 years, like, the people who don't eat organic food are probably all going to be dead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's why we're just 95 to 98% of the food we're eating is not, what is it called, not pre-made. So
Processed.
we're cooking fresh every day.
Yeah,
so
like
not
Of
pre-made.
course, yeah. Yeah, you probably hear me all the time. I'm eating, like, organic fed meat and, like, organic vegetables and, like, red and black rice and quinoa instead of, like, white rice and all that bullshit.
But even still, I'd prefer white rice because it tastes much better.
It's actually bad because what they do is they bleach it and they take all the nourishment that's in the shell of the rice and throw it away, and then they sell it cheaper so that the people buy the crappy, unhealthy ones. Actually, white rice is very bad for you. It causes diabetes, it makes you fat, it's completely full of no nourishment whatsoever. I mean, if you're lucky, you'll get like a bit of magnesium if you're like really lucky. That's
The
about
thing
it.
is, it's, for me, it's a question of culture. You know, my father is from Turkey, and well, I can't eat the brown rice.
Yeah, I don't eat brown rice. I either eat red or black rice. Those are the healthy ones. They're like the full shelled ones, organic only. Or quinoa, Q-I-N-O-A. Quinoa is
quinoa is
super
really
healthy.
good.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
shit's
rice
amazing.
alternative, and it's the only, like, non-meat thing that actually has, like, all the amino acids that, like, you would need to survive.
Or you can get it from nuts. All kinds of nuts have amino acids. Or what I take is organic hemp seed oil, cold pressed. That stuff has omega-3, 6, and 9, and you actually need 3 and 6 combined to get the effectiveness. If you get 3 by itself, which you get from eggs or fish or pills or whatever, it actually doesn't do anything. It just goes in your body and does nothing because it requires 6 with it to actually do any good work to your body.
Yeah, that's some stuff. Yeah.
Dude,
In
there's a
Germany,
lot you gotta
way
care about.
more, we have way more organic food.
Oh
I
yeah.
think like 30% of the German people are eating completely organic.
Of course, Germans are actually really intelligent people. That's why I want to marry a German woman. Like, my ex-fiance was German, Mongolian, and Russian. And dude, she was like very, very intelligent about food and stuff. Her cooking was amazing.
The sad thing is like, who's younger than me and my wife, like not in the mid 20s to mid 30s. Yeah, they can't even cook anymore. So
Yeah.
that's something that happens in Germany as well.
Dude, I'll admit, man, like, the only time I eat is if my maid, my mother, or my sister makes the food, dude. Like, my cooking is okay, and I know what I should eat, but it's like, it's never perfect. I haven't really took the time to master cooking. It's like, when I make food, it's like, well, time to throw, like, fucking couple eggs on the thing, and, like, get some, like, cashew nuts and hazelnuts and stuff, or, like, maybe I'll make a pizza, like something simple. But when you eat that hearty meal that's made with love, it's the way you should eat.
It's different. If you don't look for your food, it's just fuel for your body. And when you say it's just fuel, not 90% of the time,
Yeah, that's
Fuck
a
up
big
because it's
mistake.
not
Yeah, yeah, you definitely have to treat food as building blocks for your body, kind of like you're just this giant Lego machine that needs real Lego pieces, not the crappy garbage ones you buy at the dollar store.
I don't know. We don't have such. Actually, we have a dollar store in Germany, but nobody buys shit. I don't know how
Yeah.
they can survive.
Fuck those guys, dude. They're wasting resources, and they don't design the stuff to be used again for recycling. So they're literally taking the precious resources and then they're using it for garbage that is going to be thrown away after 2 uses or whatever, and then putting it in a landfill. So it's just this giant cesspool of fuckery to the planet and to the people.
Do they actually have dollar stores in Europe? Shouldn't it be called the Euro store?
Nobody gives a fuck about the currency, dude.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
toilet paper.
Is there Walmart in Germany?
No, we had it, and yeah, they didn't have the rights, like the price to value, the price value
To compete?
relationship wasn't good. They got a shit ton of stuff. It was so pretty cheap that you could afford everything, but it was like, yeah, it was a waste. In Germany, you buy stuff and you want to have it. It should work. So if you buy something good, it should work at least 2 to 3 generations. That's good stuff. So, but when I look at my frying pans, yeah, the oldest one is 120 years old, and it will at least last until I'm dead and my son is.
I know,
good stuff.
dude. Yeah, I
See,
know
that's
what you mean.
crazy. Yeah, they don't have that mentality in America.
Yeah, they have cyclical consumption through planned obsolescence. So everything is made to break as soon as possible to keep this mentally challenged economy, which it actually is a word for household efficiency. So it's actually not, it shouldn't even be called an economy. But anyway, to keep it flowing, because it's based off of people continuously having to continue to spend money. This system is designed to be inefficient. In a resource-based economy, it would 100% be designed for efficiency. Full maximum recycling, no stupid bullshit like lawyers and cops and things like that, because nobody would even need to steal or argue or nothing. Everybody would just have full access, and everybody would be doing things based off of the resources, so you'd never be like, oh my god, there's like this giant profit incentive to go have people die, kind of like Apple does, where they have a very poorly run factory down in China where their employees are constantly jumping off the top of the building and committing suicide. That would never happen because nobody would have a profit incentive to pay low wages, right? Everybody would just have all that work done by machines, since we would just have the resources to make the best, most efficient machines, and nobody would even be doing some retarded job, kind of like those work lines or assembly lines, I mean, to put together things in this mundane, redundant way as a job for money. It would never happen. And you know what's even more despicable is you wouldn't have these people that we call evil, kind of like you could say Apple is, because they looked at that and they're like, we're the richest fucking entity on the planet, so we have 2 options. We can give them better pay, we can make sure they work in a healthier place and so on, but because every 3 months if I don't make a quarterly assessment that actually